Welcome back, 3 Up, 3 Down, the Kickball podcast for the VA Peninsula Division of WACA, the World Adult Kickball Association.
Hell yeah.
So we're here to talk about Week 11 VA Peninsula action in the fall 2012. We have our 7:30 games. We're going to kick it off with Kick-Ass versus your team, Mr. Wellbrock, Rumspringa.
Interesting game.
What's interesting about this?
Let's see. Springer had a rough start. Of late, they've seemed to find their stride and putting their putting things together and getting a few runs on the board and getting some wins under their belt. They seem to be playing a little more confident of late. Going against a kick-ass team that, not to say they've underperformed, but they've had some close games against teams you might not have expected to have close games against. So we'll see if you guys can put some runs up and hold down at least their top two of Manny and Derek getting on and coming through almost every game.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about my replacement, where I feel like she's more dynamic. I'm excited. Horse is always
your beard's not long enough.
Yeah.
Once the hair comes
it's all in the beard. That's
yeah.
right. Well, I mean, you can stop those guys from getting on, and maybe the Boy Wonder, who's lost out with his metal detector right now, can find his way back in. You can hold him down as well. Maybe you can hold an upset.
So, Matt, and Daniel just brought up a good point about the offense for Rumspringa.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season, you guys were averaging less than a run a game, but you've been turning it up the last couple weeks. What's been the change that you've seen? What's been the key to the success lately?
I think a lot of it had to do with just kind of the mindset that we were in. When we had that first part of the schedule, it was a little tough, and I think people started to get a little, I wouldn't say down on themselves, but just kind of like, well, here we are again on another week, playing another team. Let's hope we can get some people on base. And then it finally turned into people actually getting on base, and the confidence started growing a little bit more. So now people are going out there with that mindset where I'm going to kick the ball where I need to kick it. I'm going to get on base, and if I don't, there's a problem. The mindset's done a total 180.
Yeah, it's a lot of confidence going into the Kick-Ass game. But it's going to be a tough one for you guys. Kick-Ass is a team that obviously one of the best. They're in the driver's seat for the number 3 seed. As long as they win out and they control their own destiny. They're at 7-2-1 as their record, allowing less than 2 runs a game. So I think that's the key matchup is how those speedy Rumspringa bunters, which you guys have plenty of when you talk about Guy Summerall, Ricky Holmes, Joe Mazzetti, Mike Ramey,
Mm-hmm.
Troy Southall,
Everywhere.
David Lopez, Daniel Woff. You guys got like a lot of speed, a lot of bunters. So the key will be can they get on against that formidable Kick-Ass defense with Derek Robbins, Jesse Jones pitching, Manny catching, Brian McRickard charging. So, it's Kevin Bell if he's healthy and available catching as well. It's going to be an interesting matchup there. So.
I know why our co-host and co-filmer didn't show up for this week. They just didn't want to hear what I had to say. George has that metal detector. Pena's, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah,
Not listening.
But I appreciate you guys not showing up so I could lay my piece. But I think this has been a good trek for Rumspringa, getting back into the winning ways. We start off with a couple of teams. We got that win against Chicken Tetrazzini, and now it's time to get that win against Kick-Ass. I think if we get this win this week, we're really solidifying ourselves back to that top 8 team that we were kind of projected to be at the start of the season. So, I don't know if we've played Kick-Ass ever in our history. I don't recall.
No, as a matter of fact, I did the research, and obviously Rumspringa has been around for 5 or 6 seasons. Kick-Ass, this is their 3rd season in the league, and in fact, this is the first meeting between the 2 franchises.
Yes, it wouldn't be
Good research.
You're a good research man right there. I can always count on you to dig up the facts. But yes, I mean, me and Manny have had a lot of words off the field and everything, and it's always fun to play him. I had a chance to play against him in the winter on 2 separate teams. But bringing his main team Kick-Ass against Rumspringa, I'm really looking forward to it. But I really feel like we're riding this confidence wave, and hopefully we can get some balls in play, and get the job done.
Yeah, Rumspringer at 4-6 right now. So a win here and then a win next week. You guys can finish out 6-6, 500. You know, you'd be right in the middle of the pack and get a favorable draw in the first round of the tournament. Hopefully, so interesting game. But I still, from a gambling purposes, you know, I favor Kick-Ass by 2.5 runs. However, if it's closer than that, I'm not surprised. So that's more of a, I gotta set the line to get some
the Brent
even,
Wentworth Casino.
yeah, I gotta get some even action on both teams. You know, so 2.5. And that might even be a little bit low, but I'm biased.
Yeah, thank you.
Because George didn't show up yet.
Douche. Well, like I alluded to earlier, I think if ever any time in this season you guys were poised for an upset, this would be it. You know, Kick-Ass has been playing solid pretty much all season, but they've had closer games with some below their grade teams at times. And I said you guys have been clicking lately, so if you guys can manufacture some runs and keep it close, I think you guys could maybe shock the world on this one, get yourself right for the end of the season. That being said, for the purpose of gambling lines, I still got to lean a little bit towards your Patriots who aren't here today, and maybe set it something pretty close as well. Somewhere 2 to 3 runs sounds about right.
Hey,
2.5.
2.5. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good game, so I'll be checking that one out, more than likely, unless I'm watching Battlestar Ball Saxica
Ooh.
versus the Chubby Gangsters.
Another good one.
Field 2, 7:30. The Battlestar Ball Sacticas, the high-powered 5-4. Another one of those teams that you guys are probably jockeying with, you know, in the middle of the pack.
Yep.
Chubby Gangsters, 3-5-1. You know, a team that I think that's 3-5-1. They got three wins in this league, which not a lot of teams have. But then they have some pretty lopsided losses too. So they're kind of hot and cold, up and down. Depends on which Chubbies show up. But I think this is a very intriguing matchup. What are your thoughts?
Indeed. My last game we played before Sandy came through this last week was against these same Battlestar team that well, they came out to play. They played very, very well, and I know what they're capable of. They've got people who can bunt and get on. You know, they've got a guy who knows what he's doing when he's back there coaching, and George Curzitas, and they can definitely, you know, they can hang with the big boys, and we'll see if they can do the same going against a CG team that's, you know, not the same caliber, but certainly has the talent to put some runs on the board.
Yeah, they do have the talent, and I called them out last week, and then Sandy rained them out. But I'm still issuing the same call out. Chubby Gangsters, man, have some confidence. You guys have some good kickball players on that team. You know, just get up for this game. I think it'll be a fun one. Although, you know, one thing stands out for me about this matchup is that you look at Battlestar Ball Sactica. You guys held them to 1 run, but you guys are sick defensively. You know, JFK. So the fact that they scored a run against JFK shows that they have a prolific offense, as crazy as that sounds. But outside of that game, Battlestar Ball Sactica is averaging 7 runs a game on offense. The Chubby Gangsters, they're allowing 5 runs a game. So I can see this being one that can get away from Chubby Gangsters if they don't bring that A game, if they don't have that confidence. I see the wheels falling off.
Yeah, I was going to try to bring up some valid points here on your iPad. I don't know how to work this fucking thing. But I don't know how you do all your research on that. I don't know, man. I got somewhere crazy. I was trying to find rosters and stuff. But I know, you guys you guys make all valid points there. I mean, I was going to try to trump your points with stone cold
It's amazing what
facts.
shows up when you Google Chubby Gangster.
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was like, Chubby Gangster, big win. And it just, none of that.
Battlestar Ball Sack.
Yeah. You guys suck on team names and research.
No, actually, I think both teams. I think Ball Sack is an awesome team name.
It is a good team name. I like Chubby Gangsters too. But it's not about names, it's about production on the field. And you said it straight. It's the high-powered Battlestar offense versus the brick and mortar-less Chubby Gangster defense. And I just see Battlestar coming through a little bit closer than what you guys are predicting. I'd probably go 4 runs to Battlestar on this one.
All right. What was your line?
Let's see. Maybe not as low as 4, but I don't think you can get out of hand. Maybe 6.
All right, I'll go 5. I'll go 5.5. That's kind of where I was at. So, Jorts, I hope you're paying attention.
Where's the Google Docs? I need the Google Docs.
It's on a different page.
Okay.
So the final 7:30 game, we have Freeball 6-4 facing off against Peanut Butter Jelly Time at a 5-5 record. Another one of those bubble games, you know, they're jockeying for that position. I love it. If I was better at bracketology, I'd break this down. But I know without actually doing that piece that this game has major playoff implications for seeds. So, gentlemen, free balling.
I think when we're talking playoff implications, there's one team I'm looking for to solidify the playoff implications, and that's free balling. I think the talent and the experience on the free balling side versus the PBJ is going to come through these last couple of weeks before the tournament happens. I see them out-muscling PB&J in a very, very physical game, 5-3.
No. How does a kickball game get physical?
It's gonna be a lot of close throws, a lot of sliding, like a lot of balls off of people's
Please,
chests.
for the love of God, I hope this does not get physical.
It's a physical game. It's not gonna be finesse, nice kicking in the gaps, trotting around. It's gonna be you gotta work for it. It's like a defensive-minded football game versus like an offensive shootout.
Daniel Shaw. Give us a coherent opinion.
Well, I believe you guys mentioned it last week. Mary Catherine, back from overseas, ready to captain her team to
Tuscany.
Ready to captain her team to back to where she feels like they need to be to get to at the end of this season. You know, they've got talent on the mound with Flores, and I think they've got the skills to definitely solidify a high seed if they can pull this off. That being said, PBJ's, they're no slouch. They're a team that you need to watch out for. They can play tough. They've got a bunch of players with plenty of experience on that squad.
Yeah.
And if you sleep on them, they will take advantage.
Free balling, they started out so hot this year. They were 5-0 at one point, and since then they've lost 4 of their last 5. So they're really. I know that they're hungry to get back in the win column because they haven't been wins have been hard to come by this last month and a half or so. Peanut Butter Jelly Time, I'm so impressed with their growth from last season to this season. I see them as being a legitimate team that they're not title contenders by any stretch, but they're definitely a team that you can't take lightly if you're matched up with them in the first round, no matter what. So I think this is a great game. I'll say your trademark is the upset special. Well, my trademark is the cop-out pick'em special. And
Push.
Pick'em special.
This is a push right here because I don't know who I would gamble on straight up. Free ball and peanut butter and jelly. Like, I think if these teams played each other 10 times, then they go 5-5 against each other. I think they're evenly matched. I think it'll be a close game. I see it 1-run difference either way, if not straight tie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I always feel like your pick'em special trumps our lines no matter what happens. Like you can set it at 4 and I'd be at 3, but if you do pick'em special, yeah, it's a pick'em. I set them at 2 runs, a 5-3 physical game.
Physical game.
I would give a half run to free balling on the Mary Catherine push.
All right, so we'll go 1 run to free balling, but this is my pick'em special.
Hell yeah! I'd rather have it as a pick'em. I mean, if you're gonna call it pick'em special, let's make that line a pick'em.
All right.
How's about that Wentworth Casino Triumph?
Pick'em.
You're gonna make more money that way, I promise.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's gonna bet PB&J in their
It's
free
not
ball.
about making money in the Wentworth Casino. It's just about mitigating loss. Like, I really want to make sure no one gets this 18 parlay.
Is it?
They don't have to pay out a free
Is it
beer.
mitigating loss though? Making money?
No, it's
Not losing money.
yeah,
So if you're not losing money, then you're
breaking even. All right, we'll be back with a couple of blockbuster, some main events in the 8:30 hour.
Huge event.
Huge situation versus JFK. Foot Snipers versus the 5 o'clockers.
Teaser.
Whew, stay tuned.
Shaw gets to talk about his own team.